Innicall. We said it. You have to go to your safe spot right now. Lowest level, center part of the house, interior closet, interior bathroom. You have to go now. Shear rate as high as it's been all day. This is a violent tornado, and you're not going to see it. Let's go to Jim Gardner.
Hank has the funnel, he says.
All right, let's go to Hank. Let's go to Hank. Hank, Jim Gardner first. Hang on. Let's back up. Let's go to Hank first. Let's go to Hank. Hank, give us an update. There it is. There's a tornado. Go ahead, Hank. Do we have Hank?
Yeah, he's there.
He's there. He's just in a bad sail area. Or he's trying to gather his thoughts here real quick. Okay, let's go back up to Jim Gardner. And when Hank gets back on, holler, we'll go back to Hank. All right, let's go back to Jim. Jim, large tornado on the ground. Be looking for power flashes. It's wrapped in rain. It's going to be a violent tornado. It's going to be a big-time tornado. Go ahead, give us an update.
Well, that's right, David. We are sitting just 5 miles southeast of Innicall. We're coming up to Highway 19, just west of Alex here, shooting back in there. We really can't. It's rain wrapped, David, or it's so hazy out here. We're cutting through as best we can, but you can see the leading edge of that storm system right there as it moves. We're keeping a very intent look for any sort of indications of where that tornado is in there. Like I said, very poor visibility, very dangerous tornado because you cannot see this thing. We're having trouble, our ground trackers are having trouble. It's just a mess out here today to be trying to do this and stuff, but we're trying to give you the best shots we can. But like right now, I'm about 5 miles southeast of Innicall, shooting straight back west and kind of scanning back through there. I heard Lacey say it was about 4 miles southwest of Innicall, so that should put it, I'm pointed north, so that should put it out my left side door where Ben is, shooting right back in there. And like I said, we're just now over at Highway 19, just west of Alex here, waiting for this tornado. Jim Gardner reporting live from Bob Mills, Scotty's 9, back to you.
All right, great job there, Jim. Let's go to Storm Shield 9. Let me show you where Jim is. This is what it looks like from Jim. There's Jim and there's Hank. Okay, that's Jim's shot. Folks, you folks in Innicall, the tornado it's a mile away from you. It's a mile away from the community of Innicall. I can't say it enough. If you live anywhere around Innicall, you have to go to your safe spot. There's the tornado. It's right here. It's right here. It's about ready to cross 277. All right, it's Highway 81.
Highway 81.
Yeah, it's crossing Highway 81 right now. Right now. Let's query some of this data. Let's see how strong this is. And not that it matters at this point, but yeah, we're 70. Okay, yeah, we've got at least an EF2 tornado on the ground. At least an EF2. Look at the swirl. Look at the swirl in velocity data. That is a substantial tornado. At least an EF2. I think an EF3. At this point, looking at velocity data. Now, here's what's crazy about this. It's moving a little more east-northeast. It's going to hammer Innicall right now. It's coming into Innicall right now. Okay, Val's on the backside. Allen's on the north side. And is Allen's stream good? It doesn't look like it.
No.
Is his GPS good?
No.
Okay. Is he okay?
Yes.
Okay.
There's the latest update, David.
Okay. All right, there it is. It wobbled. Okay, typical of a hurricane or a tornado. It wobbled. It was moving more northeast. It went right over Innicall. I tell you what, if it didn't hit Innicall direct, it might have gone barely south of town. It did weaken as it was crossing Highway 81, but it's still a tornado, and it's more than likely still on the ground. Here's Innicall. All right, so now it's moving more easterly. Let's do a storm track. Let's see what we're doing here. I'll tell you what, Lacey, let's back out of Storm Shield 9.
Okay. I was just going to tell you, David, right now the circulation would be over about Chisholm Trail near Peach Street for folks in Innicall that know that area.
Okay, there it is. Southeast side of town. Southeast side of town. Peach Street. There you go. There's the tornado. It's right there. Okay, so Alec, you're next. Alec's next. Kreiner, possibly. Dibble. Can't say it enough. If you live in southern, now eastern, southeastern Grady County, you have to go to your tornado safe spot now. You have to go now. You have to be thinking about it. It's moving east-northeast. It's actually increased again.
Yep.
It's moving east-northeast now at about 35. We're thinking about 35 miles per hour. It ramped up and did some damage, I promise you, when it came across at the H.E. Bailey. All right, but it's weakened some. It still looks like to me that it's on the ground. And it looks like right now it's not quite as strong as what it was as far as the tornado strength, but it doesn't matter, right? It's still a tornado on the ground. Okay, Hank's right there. Val's coming in on the backside. What does Hank have? Let's go to Hank's shot real quick and get an update from him. Hank, you're back on again. It's just to your southwest and west, not very far. Hank, this thing is at least an EF2, if not an EF3 tornado. I'm just telling you what I'm looking at Doppler radar velocity data, what it says. Go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, David, we are actually retreating a little bit east, southeast on Highway 19 from Ninnekal down towards Alex, and we can keep seeing this funnel dancing in and out of the rain. So I don't know how big the tornado is, because most likely it's rain wrapped. So we're going to move a little bit east because we're about ready to get hit with core. We're about the same spot Jim Gardner is, matter of fact. But we can keep seeing these funnels dancing in and out of the rain. Visibility is terrible. This is not one of them days you come out and take a picture of a tornado because it's terrible. We have a hard time. The way that I'm finding where the circulation is, I'm watching the cloud base, seeing where the shelf cloud is wrapping back up into the circulation. That's how I'm telling where the tornado is at, David, that kind of day.
Absolutely. And Hank, like you said, it's wrapped in rain. You've seen it a few times when the rain's kind of cleared out. But for the most part, it's a big, fairly substantial tornado. It's got a lot of rain around it. You can't see it. All right. You just have to trust us that we're telling you where it is, and that's exactly where it is. All right. It just looks like a wall of water coming at you. It's dark. It's ugly. It's mean. Hank's getting back east now, getting back into position. Let's get a Storm Shield 9. And this is our shear rate. Now this is over time, so it's a shear swath. And look at it, Lake Ellsworth. And notice how you start to see the maroons going to the yellows. Tells you exactly where this tornado has been. And now it's just basically on top of Ninnekal. Jim Gardner's right there. Hank's right there. Alan's now east of Chickasha. He's going to get east and head over to Dibble. Alan's going to head to Dibble. Let's see what his shot. Let's tell you what. Let's go to Alan Brosey. Let's take his shot. He's north about 5 or 6 miles. That's what it looks like, folks. That's what the tornado looks like. You can't see it. It's going to be wrapped in rain. We've been saying that. It's going to be a wrapped in rain, a rain-wrapped tornado on the ground just now east of Ninnekal. East of Ninnekal, headed towards Ellick. Headed towards Ellick, and then eventually it could swing again and head towards Kreiner and Dibble. You folks to the east, talking about eastern and southeastern Grady County. For all the folks down there that are in your storm shelter, remember, we are on many radio stations here in Oklahoma City, and you can easily hear us down in Grady County. And some of your local radio stations down there are going to be carrying us live right now. Chickasha, you're getting hail and wind. They're the stations right there. Franchise 107.7, 92.9, 104.5, 1520, News Talk KOKC 104.1, Magic 92.5, and the Jake 93.3. And La Z, which is 106.7. Okay, back to Storm Shield 9. Look at the hook. Okay, Alec, excuse me. There it is, northwest of town. That's where the hook is. That's where the tornado is, right where my finger is. Let's go to shear rate. Let's go to shear rate. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. There it is. Okay, wow. It'll update here in just a second. So, tornado is south of Chickasha. It's south of Chickasha, but it's trying to make a turn again. See how it's doing the wobble? It's doing the wobble. This thing, it's just wobbling, okay? Hurricanes wobble, tornadoes wobble. When you draw them on a big map, it's a straight line or it's more easterly, northeasterly. But when you're down to the mile by mile like we are, storm tracking it, it's wobbling just a bit.
It's about to cross Highway 19.
Yep, crossing Highway 19 right now. Hank, tornado just to your northwest.
We have it all on here.
Okay. And
David?
Yeah, go ahead, Hank, take it.
David, I'm in Alec right now looking to the north, and I bet it really looks like this back end of it's starting to surge out. But we can see the circulation wrapping back in, and it's going to be just north of Alec, so it's going to be headed towards Dibble or in between Alec and Dibble. David, back to you.
Okay, there you go. And you nailed it, Hank. Again, it's just going to go just north of Alec. It really is. The main part of the circulation is going to go east of Ninnekal, crossing Highway 19. There's where the tornado is. It's right here. It's right there. There's the tornado crossing Highway 19. And from there, Dibble, you're next. Right now, unless it changes directions or it weakens, Dibble is in the line of fire. Rain-wrapped tornado moving your way. All right? Let's take a look at some of these streams here. Val's coming in on the backside. And Hank's there. Here comes Val. Val's going to come through Chickasha. And then Val's going to get east. Look at the squirrel. Look at the squirrel here. Wow. Wow. Okay, let's do a storm track. Let's go back to a Pathfinder. And again, now remember, we're not tracking the hail, the damaging hail, and the damaging winds. We're only tracking the most dangerous part of the storm. That's where the tornado is. Moving off to the northeast, east-northeast. It was moving more easterly, all right? That's why you have to watch. It's why you have to pay attention. That's why you can't say, well, it's moving easterly. now, but 20 minutes from now, what is it going to be doing? Well, now it's moving more northeasterly. Doesn't mean it won't change directions again. This thing is living, it's breathing, it's eating. It's trying to stay in the fuel that it needs to survive, all right? That's the most instability. It's trying to stay in that environment. So what it does is it wobbles to the north because of the jet stream interaction, and it tries to pull itself south because of the low-level jet where it's trying to get its fuel. All right, so here we go. The bottom line is it's wobbling. We got to watch it. Blanchard, yeah, you're on the northern edge of this thing right now, but I tell you what, it could come into Blanchard. It could come into Blanchard. Purcell, Norman, as far north as Norman. You need to be watching this right now. It's not that far away. 5:13 on the Norman timeline here. All right, so Ellick at 426, Dibble 446, Cole 454, Goldsby 504, Riverwind, that's the Riverwind Casino, which is at Highway 9 and I-35. All right.
On the latest scan, David, it is northwest now of Ellick.
Yeah, definitely northwest of Ellick, just east of southeast of Chickasha. It's right here. It's right there. Okay, so Riverwind Casino, 505. Hundreds, maybe thousands of people in the casino right now. Any given day, there's thousands of people in there. I get it. But you need to be thinking about where you're going to go in that casino. Okay, I'm just telling you. Now, it could turn right and go south, but you need to be planning on, you folks in the casino, where you're going to put these people. Where are you going to put all those people in the casino right now? All right? Be thinking about it. Okay, here it comes. And again, it could weaken before it gets there.
Latest 2 scans, it has weakened, David.
Okay, there we go. And hopefully it'll just go away. Hopefully it'll just weaken and go away, and the world will be one again. It'll be quiet again. But right now, this thing it's still a large circulation, a very, very large circulation, and the winds in it, the damaging winds are still there. It looks like it still, though, could be producing a tornado, though. Yeah, it has weakened some. All right, let's go back to Jim Gardner's shot. Jim, I tell you what, let's go to, there's Jim's shot. That's the right side of where the tornado is going to be. There's the left side. That tornado is inside that wall of water with winds well over 100 miles per hour in there. Jim, go ahead. We've had damage. We've had large hail. Tornado looks like it's probably still on the ground. Go ahead. Give us an update.
Well, that's right, David. You're looking at that. We are approximately 7 miles southwest of Dibble here, kind of moving towards Dibble, tracking this storm. But what an impressive picture, Bob Bell, Scotty's 9. And then, like you said, David, you can see the wrapping there around that, the front edge, the right side. You can see right there, all that is turning, and you can see that wall of water. That's what makes it so dangerous. It's starting to clear up a little more out here because it's pulling in more and more of this moisture in the air and ground moisture and getting it kind of cleared out. But that is a wall of water and hail probably, and somewhere in there is that tornado. And this is the one you don't want to be standing outside waiting for it to show up to get a good picture of it. You need to be long gone before this thing arrives. Even though it's weakened, you know, as we see it all the time, David, they weaken and then they spin right back up. But right there is a pretty impressive picture to show you just how those things get rain wrapped and why you can't see them. That is a wall of water. Jim Gardner reporting live for Bob Mills, Scotty's 9. Back to you.
All right, great job there, Jim. And again, he's near Ellick, and he is to the southeast of the circulation, looking back to the northwest. And this is the mesocyclone. And remember, some days you can see clearly underneath this, and you'll see the tornado hanging down. You can't today. The atmosphere is set up that we're getting the rain pulled in around the circulation, and the tornado is going to be in the center of that circulation. So that's what's going on right now. That's what you're going to see coming at you, and then you're going to get the rain, and then the wind's going to really ramp up, and then you're going to get the tornado if it's bearing down on you. But it's going to be behind this wall of water, okay? It's going to be right there. Let's go to Storm Shield 9. I want to point out a couple of small thunderstorms have developed south of Shawnee, south of Tecumseh. Nothing crazy out of this right now. We're watching it. It's going to be lifting to the north-northeast. Most of this will go on top or just barely south of Tecumseh. And a couple of other thunderstorms we need to keep an eye on as well off in eastern Oklahoma. Here comes Darren Stevens. We're bringing in reinforcements from Tulsa. He's coming in from Tulsa from our sister station. And then, again, Sky News 6, our second helicopter, is now in Shawnee. And we're going to start to bring them this way as well. So multiple crews out today. And we're doing what we do, okay? And that's how we do it. Okay, let's zoom on back in here. Wow, look at what looks like it's really picked up speed. It looked like it really took a jump there. Boy, Jim is right on the edge of that. Okay, see where Jim Gardner is? Jim's right here. That's the ball, all right? That's the ball. That's where the tornado is, right where my finger is, right there. That's the tornado, all right? Basically right there. It's really, really ramped up. Man, it's just right. It's still very impressive. It's not as strong as what it was. Great news. But it could easily still be on the ground. What do we have? Any good shots? Let's go to Val Castor. Val's coming in on the north. Look where Val is. Let's take Val Castor's shot. And Val, I know you're just now north of the circulation. It's to your right. It's just to your south. The tornado, looking at velocity data, looks like it still could be on the ground. It's going to be south of Highway 39. South of Highway 39, but not by much. And Val, I want to tell you, it's lifting north. It's trying to occlude and lift north and cross Highway 39. Give us an update.
Okay, David, when you said that, we're now pulling off the road, and we can look back to our south and our south-southwest, and we can kind of see the area you're talking about. Can't see the tornado.
There it is.
You know, it might. Yeah, we can't see. Oh, wait just a minute. Look over here.
What's
Look
this?
over here.
What's this?
Okay, we see a lowering, a big
What's this?
lowering.
What's that?
Trying to get out of the trees. Look to our right.
Yep. Go back to the
That's
right.
it right there.
Go back to the
That's
right.
where it is.
Go back to
That's
the.
it.
Is that the tornado, Val?
That's where the lowering is. I
Okay,
can't
it's right here.
see a tornado on the ground, but that's
Okay.
where the lowering is.
Yeah, I
That's
saw
where
it too.
the rotation is.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and it is. It's lifting north.
Yeah,
It's
there it
lifting
is.
north, probably north
Okay, that's
northeast.
it.
It looks like.
Val's in almost what we call the bear's cage. It's where you don't ever want to be, okay?
Man, we just now got out of the core, David. For the last hour, I've been in hail and rain, and now we can finally see something.
Okay.
Now we're getting a tornado warning over our phone, but that's it.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
it.
just right to our,
That's it.
just to our southwest.
Yep, there it is. Val, it's trying to occlude. It's trying to cross Highway 39. It's going to cross Highway 39. Wow. Okay, Val, be looking for power flashes. And then from there, you're going to have to get back east, and you're going to have to get back to the northeast. I know you know that. I'm just telling you. You're going to have to start to move back north, because right now it's going to cross Highway 39.
David, the tornado.
Go ahead.
The tornado warning has been extended now. It does include Middleburg, Blanchard. It does include the Riverwind Casino. It includes the OU campus. It includes Highway 9 there, the National Weather Center, Noble, Purcell, and it ends just before you get to Wayne. Okay,
there you go. So, Norman, we've been saying it for a while. We've been saying it for, I think, over an hour now, that way down the road that Norman, you might be under the gun as far north as Norman, and that's what it's doing right now. There's Val's shot. Okay, let's go back to Storm Shield 9, and this is it. You can see the squirrel right here. It's just southeast of Val, and Val's looking right at it. There it is. There's the eye. All right, there's the circulation. This is all wrapping rain, big area of low pressure. That's the mesocyclone. All right, look at the eye looking back at you. That's never good. You don't want to see that. Surrounding it, quarters, golf balls, maybe even some tennis ball size hail. It's headed towards Dibble. Jim Gardner's right there. All right, there's Dibble. Circulations, boy, it's right there. It is right there. Allen's just to the north. What does Allen's shot look like? There it is. Okay, I see Allen. Val's got his shot up, and there it is. There's the center of it now, just southeast of Val. There's the center of it right there. That's where the tornado is. And it could easily be on the ground. Velocity data says it's very, very close. I don't know that it's lifted or not. It still could be on the ground. It's going to go on or just barely west of Dibble. It's going to cross Highway 39. It's going to cross Highway 76, and it's going to make a run at Blanchard. You folks in Blanchard, you need to go to your safe spot right now. And then from Blanchard south. If you live in Blanchard or south of Blanchard, you need to be thinking about going to your safe spot. Tornado warning continues for you. And this is going to be extended over into McLean County.
Norman's going to fire their sirens.
Okay, Norman's going to fire their sirens?
Yes.
Sirens are going to go off in Norman, which is still miles away. It's, we got 10, 20, 25 miles. That's okay. They're going to blow the sirens in Norman. And you should blow them in Goldsby. You should blow them in Cole, at Blanchard. All right, circulation right here. There's the tornado right there. Okay, let's go back up to Marty Logan. Let's get his shot and quickly.